My name is Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in Florida, and welcome to this episode. Today, we're getting your home ready to sell. What I am going to reveal are the things that you should do first, what you should spend money on, and what you shouldn't. So stay tuned to the end. There's going to be a lot of great information. If you're looking to buy or sell a home here, I'm your girl. Okay, so the first thing you have to do and understand is your roof. Before you spend a dime on anything in your home, this is the best advice I could give you. If you have a roof that's 12 years old, get it replaced. I know, you're all screaming. You're all losing your mind. I don't want to replace my roof. And I get that. But do you want to sell your home? And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if you get a roofer in here that says your 12-year-old roof has 8 years left of life. I agree with you, it does. But unfortunately, the insurance companies don't. What I would suggest you do is call your insurance carrier that you have right now and say to them, if I were to buy this home today with a 12-year-old roof, would you insure it? And let them talk. If they say yes, well, then maybe you don't have to do anything. But I haven't found too many that will, and it will be problematic. When it goes to sell, you're going to have to address the roof. You either have to drop your price, knowing that the buyer is going to have to put the roof on, or you're going to have to put it on so you can sell your home. It's not that easy of a process to have the buyer or the buyer put the roof on if they've negotiated a deal and the price has been reduced for them to put it on prior to closing. It might extend closing. I had one that had hiccups and ARs, the paperwork wasn't filled out right and they had to go back to ARC and it was a holiday. We ended up closing a month after we had anticipated because we had a couple of snafus with the roof prior to closing. People who pay cash, not that it would ever recommend you purchase a home without insurance, but they could roll the dice if they choose to do so and get the roof done after. Finance deals, they won't get financing without insurance. So address the roof before you touch anything else in your home. You'll thank me for it after you spend all your money. I know, I'm sorry. It's just a reality. I know everyone, when I go out on some selling presentations, sellers don't always like what I have to say, but I am truthful, I am honest, and I am telling you from my experience what you need to do to get the home sold and what you can expect for price. Then you have the HVAC, your air conditioner, and the hot water heater. The hot water heater, most insurance companies will give you a month after you close to replace it if it's the same age as the roof. That's not that big of a deal. You're talking about $1,000 to $1,500. The air conditioning, though, insurance companies don't necessarily care about that because it can't cause damage. Over a prolonged period of time with no air conditioning, yes, mold can form. There could be all kinds of problems, but typically the homes aren't sitting vacant without air conditioning. It's the hot water heater that could break open. I can tell you that. Ours used to break in our house all the time. And it was always seemed like my parents went on vacation and go get in the shower and there's no hot water. Go in the basement, all over the basement floor. Gotta love it. So that hot water heater will cause a problem and the roof can cause a problem. Hire an inspector and do a pre-home inspection. That's going to be my second piece of advice to get your home ready to sell. The inspector will come in and go over everything that your buyer's inspector would, but this is going to give you the opportunity to understand what would happen once you go under agreement and the things that are going to need to be repaired anyway. So maybe make the repairs. Many times, even in a long, lengthy list of things that need to be repaired, sometimes it comes out to $500-600. Caulking, they got to fix these little, GFI outlet, replace, you got a leaky faucet, a broken garbage disposal. So it's not going to cost that much money. I know it's not my money, it's your money, but in the scheme of things, it's very little expense to get this inspection and get everything repaired before you put it on the market. We can leave that inspection report out and let everyone know that the things have been repaired. And then the buyer has better peace of mind. So think about that. Get a home inspection, offer home warranty with the purchase. They're like, I think realtors, we get them for $500 and gives the buyer peace of mind. How is it going to respond? Insurance is insurance, but it does. It gives peace of mind to your buyer. So think about that. Pre-home inspection, home warranty. So now let's get into, we talked about repairs and maintaining by getting the inspection, the pre-home inspection, and fixing items that are broken. And a lot of times too, and I'm sorry I'm off track here, but caulking is a big thing that comes up. I know a lot of times it's cosmetic, and you'll see the ceiling, and in the garage too, you see the ceiling, it gets cracks where the tape is. Just get that repaired. If you're not from here, people freak out about that, and also the cracks in the stucco from the block and stucco house. Just take care of those things before you put it on the market. And it'll alleviate a lot of pressure on you. So now let's get into upgrades and updates and curb appeal. So we're going to start in the exterior of your home. Curb appeal gives a first impression. It says, hey, I care about my house. Make sure your landscaping is clean, weeds are gone, trees are trimmed, lawn is mowed. Make sure they come every week to mow the lawn. Keep your sprinklers on. If you have holes in your grass, patch that up. Talk to a landscaper to get your yard looking pristine. If you have a lot of plants, maybe you want to get rid of some of them or just really clean them up, because I can tell you from somebody like me, I don't know if I said this, I know I said it in another video, but I don't know if it's out yet or I deleted it. I've done so many this week. I have a bunch of potted plants out there, and somebody said, hey, I have a couple potted plants. Do you want them? I'm like, sure, you can bring them on to death row, because I kill them. I'm not a gardener. I'm a cook. I am not a gardener. But anyway, so just don't put high maintenance plants in. And if you do, make sure they're well trimmed, because somebody like me, if I come in and I see a lot of plants that have to be maintained, my eyes are going to roll in the back of my head. But really simple, clean, elegant looking landscaping. Make sure that you power wash your home, power wash the driveways, sidewalks, the lamp posts, the light fixtures on your garage and the lamp post. Make sure those light bulbs are working, change them out. I always, and I'm going to tell you this again when you talk about the interior, when you change one light bulb on a light fixture, change all of them at the same time, because they never have the same brightness and it looks weird. It'll look a lot better if you change all the light bulbs at the same time. Change the light bulbs. Take a broom to the interior of your garage door well, because that gets filled with bugs. Your doorway, if you have an entranceway that, like mine, is screened in, so I don't have that, but when you have the tunnel entryways, little foyer before you walk in the home, it'll get filled with cobwebs and bugs and mud dauber tubes. Just get rid of all that. Paint your door. Paint your front door, and a pet peeve of mine are old lock sets. The lock set is annoying to me because I can't get the key in, I got to jiggle it, it's old, it's rusty. Paint your door, change the lock set, put something new on. I'm not saying, I have those Schlage electronic ones, you don't have to put that on. But I mean, I think those were $250 and they're electronic and Wi-Fi, and I can push a button on my phone, unlock the door. I mean, they're great, but it could be just a simple lock set. Just put a new lock set on, new keys, so it's easy for us to get in. but it looks nicer when you walk in and you have these old, I'll tell you, some of the door, some of the paint colors up north of the doors is like, oh, God, paint that door. I like this house. I hate that door. So take care of the front door, the lock, take care of the outside, make sure it's swept. I know all Italian women love to sweep the sidewalk in the road, but sweep the sidewalk. Power wash, clean landscaping. I'm looking at mine because I'm getting mine all redone, and I'll have a video about that process. This should be interesting. Curb appeal, people driving up, what they see, just sets the tone. Now, I'm not going to say let it look like a bomb blew off in your house. So, but first impression's first impression. Let's talk about the interior. You want to upgrade areas that are going to mean something. But let me just step back there. I am not a big proponent of spending huge amounts of money updating a home when you're going to sell it. And here's why. You could turn around and spend $8,000, $10,000 on countertops. Let's say you have Formica and you want to put in quartz or granite and the homeowner doesn't like it. You just wasted money. Price the home accordingly. Now, again, if you go back to my video, what type of buyer, if you're the buyer that just wants a move-in ready home, having to put in new countertops might not work for them, but they're not going to buy your home if they don't like your quartz countertop that you put in. So I would say price the home accordingly and don't make that kind of update. When I'm talking quick fixes to make your house shine, light fixtures, you might want to put new light fixtures in your house, new ceiling fans. Those are inexpensive things, a couple $100s, and it'll look fresh and new. Again, I talked about light fixtures, making sure that the lights are all matching. Faucets. And I'm going to speak about the older homes, so see this more often. The fixtures on the sink are old and a little bit corroded, and they're very old looking and dated. You know, if you were to take and put in a new bathroom fixture, and it doesn't, again, you can get them for 50, 60 bucks, but it looks nice. It looks updated. The homeowner, the person that's buying the home may change about anyway, but it's a small investment that makes everything look a little bit nicer. The same with the kitchen, the hardware on your cabinets. That is an easy fix. Make sure it doesn't look like they came from 1991. You know, it's the first thing people, and I'm giving you this advice because I work with a lot of buyers and I work with a lot of sellers. And I'm telling you from my experience of what people are looking for and what they're not looking for. I'm here. This is a video about selling your home. I'm giving you tips so you can get the most money for your home. So when it comes to kitchen cabinets, I'll get this question: should I paint the cabinets? And could be yes and no. I will tell you, I am not the biggest fan of the painted cabinet. I've seen some that are really nice, and I've been into many that are pretty bad. And I don't know if they're hiring a company, they're doing it themselves, but if it's done well, it's fine. If it's just like anything, a lot of them are done poorly, they start to chip. So I don't necessarily know if I would spend money painting cabinets, but I have had 2 instances, and I'll show you these homes where when I met the couples, talked about selling their home, the kitchens were too outdated for them to sell. And I told them, really, if you want to get this home on the market, you have to do something with this kitchen. The one couple actually put a whole new kitchen in. And a year later, we put the home on the market and it sold. The second couple, he called a kitchen cabinet person that paints cabinets. But what they did is they painted the boxes and they got brand new doors. I really like that option because you get a brand new sturdy door. You can put soft closure on it instead of painting the doors. So you do have options there. If you're interested in evaluating your home before you put it on the market, give me a call. I'll be happy to do that. Or you don't have to be here in the Villages. If you have photos of the interior of your home and you want me to give you my opinion on what I think you should do to update the home to get it ready to sell, I'll be happy to do that. You can email me the photos. We maybe could do a FaceTime call. I can't give you pricing if you're not in this market because I don't know your market. If you're in Colorado or Wyoming or New York, I know this market for pricing, but what you need to update a home, that'll go anywhere. So my number's here, over here. Call me, text me, email me. We can set up a time where I can give you an evaluation of your home. Paint. Neutralize your decor. And everyone tells you, declutter, declutter, declutter. That goes without saying. Get rid of a lot of family photos. You can keep some. Like I have a lot in my home. If I were to sell it, I would take all of the pictures that I have on the, like here in my bedroom. I would take those down. The ones on the wall, I would probably leave. But pick a neutral color to paint. Now, you paint the color whatever you want to live in. Like I have this purple wall. I love it. I'm sure there are probably about 3 other people in this country that also love it. The majority of the people that would come into this home would not like that color. So I would paint, my theory is paint it white. I like Sherwin-Williams Pearly White. The number is, 7053. That's what I have painted in my house. Except for this. This is Dark Shadows. That's a Behr paint. But that Pearly White, Pearly White, I liked it. There's 100 shades of white. I have a lot of colorful artwork. I didn't want it to conflict. So I didn't want gray. I didn't want any light anything. I just wanted white walls. So the color artwork that I have would stand out. And I have a series of photos of me with my children when this was in the early 2000s, that are black and whites. And I like them on the white. And this is just my accent wall. So think about that. Paint your baseboards, or really give them a good scrub and clean. Cleaning. Hire a professional, come in and give a deep clean to the house before you put it on the market. Wash your sheets and pillowcases. Don't make it smell like you've been sleeping in the home. That's disgusting. Make sure you wash, everything smells crisp. Open up your windows, especially in the wintertime here. Open up your windows for an hour or so and let the fresh air in. You'll feel better. The home will feel nice and crisp and clean. Do not over odorize. One scent, one candle, one of those plug-in scents, that's it. Clean cotton, maybe a vanilla, nothing too overpowering. You want people to smell it, but not know it's there, if that makes sense. Not everybody. I know I had a client who was very sensitive to the odors in the home. And I know I've been in homes where I've actually had to stand outside because it was so bad. So don't put too much scent in your home. If you have pets and if you have smoked, clean the ductwork. Clean the ductwork, clean the home, and paint, because that will help. Smoke. I can smell smoke when I walk up to the door. Even if it's faint. Like I was in a home the other day and I called the listing agent after. This was, my people didn't want the house, but I said, do they smoke? I said, because I could smell it. I mean, the second I walked in the home, I can smell it. She goes, do they smoke outside? I'm like, yeah, but you know what? The interior of the house, faint. Now, faint, it'll go away, but it's in your furniture. Even if it's on you, you smoke outside, you come and sit on your furniture, it gets in your sofa, gets into everything. It's in your clothes are hanging in your closet. So if you smoke, stay as far away from your house if you have to do it while your home is up for sale. Clean the ductwork, paint, deep clean the home. If you have throw pillows, clean the pillowcases. If you have, like I have this covering for my sofa when the kids come, throw that in the wash. Wash everything that you possibly can before you put it on the market. If you smoke, or even if you have pets. Again, we're going to talk about cleaning thoroughly. If you have plantation shutters, which I'm going to tell you, I'm going on record. I don't like plantation shutters. I think they darken the room and they're a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the neck. Sorry. The things, they don't open, you open them up and they're not even. That would drive me insane. And they get dusty. And I hate gardening. That's number one. Number two, I hate dusting. I do it, but I don't like doing it. Make sure your window, the shades, the blinds are clean, the windowsills are clean. Clean, clean, clean. I know we're kind of going back to the outside, but this is the way my notes are written out. Your lanai. Make sure your lanai is organized. You know, group your furniture into conversation pieces. You don't have to overly stage your home. I got to tell you, you know what cracks me up? I'm Italian, all right? I mean, you can tell by I use my hand. When I go into a home and they stage it and I see the jar of spaghetti sauce out there, like, you know, I would not buy that house just because there's a jar of spaghetti sauce on it. I just think that's the funniest thing. But that's just my little interior joke. You don't have to hire a private stager to come in and take your furniture out and put new furniture in here. But just make sure you group your furniture together. You can ask somebody their opinion, but don't have a ton of it. That's all. Just make sure that, you know, you're in your cabinets, your dishes are organized, your refrigerator. Clean the refrigerator shelves. Make sure the interiors of the refrigerator is organized. Because I'll tell you, when I walk into a house, the second thing I do is open up the refrigerator to see, because I want to see if somebody's living in there. And if they're a real slob, the refrigerator is going to tell me that. Because if they're a slob, their house is going to probably be a mess and not well taken care of. I don't know, some people just keep it disorganized. Refrigerator, but keep your refrigerator, because everyone's looking in everything. You got to understand that. They're opening up the cabinets and they're not being nosy. It's not that they want to see what you have, but they want to see what's there and will their things fit in there. They want to see how the cabinet door's shut. Are the things broken? Do they have pullouts? So everyone are opening your drawers, but they're not opening your furniture. They're not opening your bedroom furniture, the closet. I mean, they're opening up the closets, but I mean, they're not opening up drawers and things, looking through your personal clothing, because that's not going to stay, but they are looking at all of those other things. So keep that in mind. Want to make sure everything is neat and tidy inside and out. Natural light. I love light right now. I have a light up there because it's, I don't even know what time it is, like 5 o'clock. It's 5:30. And I do have my front door open, but it doesn't bring in enough light. Make sure if you know you're going to have a showing, make sure you open up whatever it is you have to open. Your blinds, keep them open. Like even if a house is vacant and I have it listed, I make sure, like I have a home that's on the preserve. I have the blinds in the back of the home open all the time because when someone walks in, I want them to see that view. Don't shut your blinds. You know, you're going to want to make them clean, but you want to make sure you get enough natural light. So actually, we just took one step further that the house is on the market. But make sure that your blinds are working clean and that they're open as best as possible to allow as much natural light in the home, because it really does make a difference. So the things that we've gone over to get your home ready to sell, we talked about the roof. That's a big topic. Before you go and spend money on anything, make sure your roof is new. It's going to help you sell the house. Before you spend money, I met with a potential client for a listing the other day, and she paid top dollar for this house, and it was going to be very hard for her to make any money. She spent money on the interior, but she had a 12-year-old roof. And I said, you got an old roof. Well, I don't want to put a roof on. I'm like, you don't have to, but you're going to have a hard time with this roof being 12 years old. She She's like, well, I bought a new refrigerator, I bought a new dishwasher. I'm like, that's a bonus. But unfortunately, a 12-year-old roof is going to supersede a new refrigerator and a new dishwasher, because step one to purchase the home, the roof has to be in order to get insurance. So the roof. Your mechanicals, fix things that need to be fixed, get a pre-home inspection, think about purchasing a home warranty for your buyer. Make sure the home is clean, neutral paint, declutter, organize, change the lock on the front of your house, power wash, get rid of all the little bugs, keep your landscaping clean, keep your lanai clean, and pick a realtor whom you trust that's going to do the best job for you to find a buyer. Call me. I will evaluate your home and tell you what I think it's worth, and any updates, anything that you might need to get that home ready to sell quickly. Thank you for joining on this episode. My name is Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in Florida. And if you enjoyed this episode, I want you to stay tuned for the next one. I think you're going to like it. All right, until next time, I'll see you.